Good morning, YouTubeville and Instaverse. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 go live. That is a call that I came up with a good friend of mine because the tendency is to wait until everything looks perfect or gets aligned before you start sharing, and sometimes you just have to 1, 2, 3, 4 go live, white knuckle. And so that's what this is an exercise in doing. And so this morning I wanted to talk for a moment about transformation and the process of transformation. I've gone through a lot of different iterations of me, I guess, just like everyone. We have so many different sides of ourselves and so many different dimensions that we operate on. And so one of the things that I like doing is I like looking back at the process and see how I moved from one way of being, mode of being, understanding, consciousness, or ideology, and moving into another. And one of the first steps of doing this is to identify where you're lacking. And so it becomes an inquiry, and it's not that we're lacking anything, we do embody all things at all times. However, when we look at where we are in life and if we're happy and if we're doing the things that feel like we are in alignment with our highest selves or our highest good, then we can come up with our limiting beliefs or where we may be limiting ourselves. And so the first step is identifying what that might be. For me, for example, I have a lot of family karma around food. Food is one of the ways we show love. It's also one of the ways we pass time. We connect with one another around food. And it's not necessarily what the best food for you is. It was always the tastiest, most delicious, most celebratory food. And so it's been a really beautiful part of my upbringing. And when I go into these dark nights of the soul, so to speak, or these transitions or transformations, then I can get lost in just self-medicating with food or self-satisfying with food. And so that becomes a pattern that I've started watching, is when I start staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning, eating pizza or cheese fries or or eggs Benedict or any kind of delicious food that isn't necessarily so good for me. When that becomes my staple, that's usually an indicator that it's time for me to make a shift or time for me to make a change. I notice it with a softer belly, or I'm not as motivated to go out and exercise or go for a run because it hurts a little bit more. I also look at my energy, how I feel about myself, about life. Am I feeling excitement? Am I feeling my vibration? That hum in your heart or in your body that is the true essence of who you are. And so when I lose sight of that, it generally means I'm putting more time, attention, and focus into food or the experience of being. And I believe that balance is found in enjoying those experiences, but in also transforming and coming back to myself. And so that was an identification for me. And as I move into transformation, I want to share this transformation because I'm finding that is where I am with food right now, and I'm going to share this transformation with you. And so it begins with first identifying what my limiting belief is, or where my limitations are, or how I'm disregarding my true essence, my true nature, and going more into the experiential nature. And so that's an inquiry I would encourage you to sit with. It's an inquiry, feel free. I'm more than available to be a sounding board through coaching and intuitive guidance. And so there's some details in the list below, going to my website or contacting me directly if you find yourself needing some help with that. But it's definitely something that you can do on your own, is identifying where your limitations or limiting beliefs are. You can begin by asking yourself, what am I doing that is pulling me away from what I want to be doing? And what do I want to be doing? And how do I want to feel? And that could be a good starting point. So good luck, enjoy that. I will get more into the process of transformation as well as sharing my journey in the upcoming videos.